Hey everyone, Yoni Katz, Rabbi Manis Freeman's biggest fan, back at it, not giving up, stubborn, because I have these conversations time and time again with all different types of from religious Jews, and you ask them, is this all necessary to God? The mitzvahs, us? And the reactions you get is like astounding. God is complete in and of himself. It's for us. It's not for him. He's too perfect. Or once he chose, now he needs it. Once he chose, God's above time. Now he needs it, meaning could he have not chosen it? Could he change his mind? And you come across sichas like the one we're about to play from Chavches Nissen, and you just wonder, like, where do people get this impression from that this is all not ultimately absolutely necessary to God? Let's take a look. Tell me what you think, please. If there are a few of you out there, just email me, rabbiyonicats@gmail.com, and share with me your thoughts.
Wie kommt es, als klein sich zusammen, 10 Nieden zusammen, und es gucken, wie die alle Unionen wird noch nicht herausgebracht, marschieren.
But yet Mashiach is not here. And right off the bat, who needs Mashiach to come? God himself. It's the tachlis hakavana. It's the ultimate fulfillment of the purpose for which he created the world. So it's his kavana, and Mashiach brings that home.
Und dann noch will ich kommen zu gehen und Luft zum Aswores, dann noch eine Scheibe, mit noch ein Jena verbringen, dann will ich das noch einmal verschreiben, dann noch in seinem Medium, in das Halten und Gedenken, was verschrieben geworden, und dabei bleibt es, und Rachmon Islam ist der Recht, also Hein Banach soll noch nicht kommen, Moschiach, was recht, also morgen soll noch nicht kommen Mashiach, und übermorgen sollten nicht kommen Mashiach.
All you hear is the desperation and urgency that the Rebbe is trying to impart. We cry out obediently, when will Mashiach come? This is of infinite importance, essential importance.
Und ich Freitag und wir heißen, so schreien auf Masse, wir Hulu, immer wohl geschrien mit Hanemes, wohl gemeint mit Hanemes, ist eine sichere Sache, als Mashiach wohl schon lange gekommen, zusammen mit der Gula Amitis war schlimmer.
Sincerely, had we cried it out or meant it sincerely, what is the Rebbe trying to imply there? And who can ever for sure know? But what does it mean to want Mashiach sincerely? So perhaps you look at Gullus and it's suffering, it's challenging, it's hard, each one with their own challenge and their own suffering. And you could think, wow, Mashiach's going to solve the problems and take away all the suffering and all the challenges. But do you really want Mashiach, or you just want the suffering and the pain to end? Meaning trying to relieve yourself of the problems. So to want Mashiach sincerely perhaps means, God, this is just not about me and my challenging suffering to end. You're trying to tap into God's vulnerability in all of this. To say, God, we want Mashiach to come for your purpose, for your investment, for your need.
Was ich kann noch tun, du weiß ich nicht. Warum alles, was ich getan, bis ist der Hevel, weil Lorik, sie gar nicht der Reise von mir geblieben in Golus. Und was noch mehr, wenn mir geblieben mit der Gol in den Golus, bin ich mir echt, wenn geht zu Avedes Hashem.
We are each in our personal exile in the service of God. What does that mean? Meaning you could still be serving God, but it's still in exile, meaning that you still think, well, I'm doing all these chassidish things, these frum things, keeping halacha, learning daf yomi, whatever it is, but it's for my benefit. I want to be frum, I want to have a meaningful life, I want to be chassidish, but you're still in exile. How do you release yourself from that exile, from your own constrictions, realizing it's not about me, it's about who I'm doing it for. It's not what I'm doing, but who needs it on the other side. It's not for my personal benefit to get some reward in the world to come and to bask in the glory of God. But God, I'm here. I'm here to try to make this world a geuladik world, a Mashiachdik world.
Okay, mit über kam Pomin. Mir die einzige Sache, was ich kann nicht tun, ich gebe das über jeder von euch und tut alles, was ihr kennt und seht ein Robling in Maschinen, denke von mir Yad Mamos in der Leben, die Unionentlage von Eris, die Theo, aber den Kehlen, die Tikkun.
In a passionate manner, with passion and intensity, but yet in an organized way. And when you think about the Sikha, it's interesting about Moshe Rabbeinu. It says, Shechina midaberes mitech gorner, that the Shechina, Hashem, was talking through Moshe's very own throat, through his very own mouth. Perhaps this is God himself saying, I've done all I can. It has to come from you. You have to realize the desperation on my end, how necessary it is to me. I can't do anymore until you realize and you tap into that and are stubborn to say we'll do what is needed.
Und wie hier rotzen nach Sorkov, sollen sich gefühlen 10 Nieden, was werden sich einnackschen und sagen, dass sie muss nicht werden. Bei den Nebensten ist unter demut das Amt Schejerefu, wie so lacht so lavenenu, chatesenu und mechaltonu, ist eine sichere Sache, der Nebensten wird heraufbringen, der Gula Hamitis war schlimm und Decke von Miyad Mamos und auf Memaise, was sich noch tun in dem, auf zu geben, machen jeden von nach Apachlich auf Zdoke und wie hier rotzen, aber ich habe getan, alles was ich kenne und ich kann nur haben, tut alles was sie kennt, wie hier rotzen, also unser Gefühl zwischen euch, Alkoholponen 1, 2, 3, was Allah nicht zu geben, was wir soll tun und was wir soll tun. Weil wir hier haben, soll es finden und soll sein, denke von mir, Mamos und mit der Simcha betuv levo.
Have I lost my mind? Was there anything in that sikha that implies that what we're doing here is not absolutely essential, urgent, necessary to God himself? Or is this only on a certain level? And like people like to say when I ask them, does God need our mitzvahs? And people say the Yiddish phrase of "wenn sich vumeret." It depends where you're talking about. On a lower level, yeah, the world makes a difference. The higher up you go, the less of a difference it makes, because God ultimately is perfect and complete. The higher up you go, the deeper that you go into God himself, the less it matters. How does that make sense? It should be the exact opposite, you would think. The higher up you go, the more it matters. You're getting to the essence of it all, not the less it matters. And I can't tell you how many people tell that to me. It's like the standard, and then they quote the pasuk from Eov. Im tzadakta, im chatasa matifa boy. Every kid in his bar mitzvah mimer. If you sin, what difference does it make to him? Im tzadakta matitin loy. What? The kid's putting on film the rest of his life, and he remembers this one line, as I did. It was the only line that I remembered from Eov. And if you know the story of Eov, when he was going through all those personal hardships, people were trying to console him and give him different arguments. And one of the arguments was, yeah, ultimately, who says God really cares? But it didn't stay there. So the point of the matter is what we're doing is absolutely necessary and essential to God in his essence, and we can't even imagine. So let's remain stubborn. Let's remain passionate. Like the Rebbe said, if there's 1, 2, 3 people, is like sort of saying, I know most of you are not going to get it. So let's be passionate. Let's be stubborn. I haven't lost my mind. God needs our mitzvahs.